news for you. I'm your host, Roy Wood Jr. In the news this week, ICE agents debut softer image that still hides their identities. RFK Jr. unveils new treatment for leukemia. America's meth dealers plan their annual convention.
All right, well, if Kid Rock's there, it's going to be a hit.
On Amber's team tonight, he's a senator from California who served in the House of Representatives for 12 terms, and he's one of Trump's favorite targets. We'll ask him which nickname he prefers, Shifty Schiff or Drifty Schiff, or my personal favorite, Tokyo Drifty Schiff. It's Senator Adam Schiff. And joining Michael, he's a former Daily Show correspondent who's going on to host his own Emmy Award-winning show, as well as the wonderful, wonderful show Hasan Minhaj Doesn't Know. And during our time together at the Daily Show, I showed him a $500 watch that I was proud of, to which he replied, cute. It's Hasan Minhaj. Now for the biggest stories of the week, everybody. Amber, Senator, I'm going to show you some highlights from the week that was. You tell me, what's the story?
Okay, the Department of Justice, old man yap a lot. Oh no, Epstein, no. And Redacted. This story is about Epstein and all the things he may or may not have done.
I'm going to say he may have done them.
Yeah.
Let's get the first thing out the way off the top. Who, sitting right here,
No.
right now, is in the Epstein files?
Senator.
For the record,
Right here. What are you talking about?
Only in newspaper articles, please.
Yes. Who else?
We're talking about.
Michael, make eye contact with me, Michael.
So this is true. This is true. Hasan, you and I are in the Epstein files. But no, it's for doing political. Calm down. We're gonna get to the why.
Don't ever get to why and let me just enjoy it.
No, I have to get to why.
You're all nasty.
No, Hasan and I are in the files for doing political comedy shows. Senator Schiff is in there for a bunch of news headlines, and Michael Ian Black is in there for his show on something called Crackle. Okay. So, Amber, it looks like you are the odd one out when it comes to who's in the Epstein file. Now, we've had about a week to take in all of
Wait a second. This is, bro, we're boys. And you text me, hey, come on the show. And you're gonna you're gonna ambush me in Act 1 with a comedian friend of mine, and who's in the Epstein files? I'm like,
Hey, how do you think I feel?
Senator, you know what you signed up for. Me and him.
It's not you, we in it.
Fair.
It's we.
Right, we're in this together.
They're clearly playing a version of hide the slime ball with all these redactions. But the fact they dig up you and Crackle, that they can find, but all the other stuff ends up redacted.
Right. Nobody has ever even heard of this streaming platform, Crackle. But somehow, I'm in the goddamn Epstein files.
Senator Schiff, can you remind us exactly, how did that happen and what giant trove came out of last week's release?
Well, you'll remember during the campaign, Trump and the people around him were promising they were going to release the files, they were going to finally have transparency. Trump gets into office, it's the last thing that he wants.
Now, let's get into the details of these files a little bit more with the game I like to call Remember 2008? If you don't remember 2008, it was a seminal year. It was Barack Obama's first term in office. Iron Man dropped, starting the whole Marvel empire. And a gentleman named Flo Rida reminded us to get low, 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 low. Does anyone know what else happened in 2008?
Is that the year Epstein first went to prison for soliciting sex from a child?
Points for you!
Good. That's impressive.
2008 was the year Jeffrey Epstein pleaded guilty to solicitation of prostitution with a minor and was sentenced to 18 months in prison. So if people hang out with Jeffrey Epstein before 2008, maybe he's just a weird rich guy. But if people hang out with him after 2008, they're hanging out with a dude who admitted to soliciting sex with kids. So let's start off easy. Who is that?
Howard Lutnick.
Yeah, that's Trump's Commerce Secretary, and he kind of looked like your mama's first boyfriend after a divorce. We've talked previously on the show about Lutnick and the whole relationship with Epstein. They lived next door to him. And so in 2005, he had a little chit-chat with Epstein. 2005. Is that before or after 2008?
Before.
Yes, it is before. So maybe Lutnick didn't know what Epstein was up to. And here's what Lutnick most famously said about his 2005 visit with Epstein.
My wife and I decided that I will never be in the room with that disgusting person ever again. So I was never in the room with him socially, for business, or for even philanthropy. If that guy was there, I wasn't going because he's gross.
Good for him.
That's right.
You know what? I'm revising my opinion about Howard Lutnick. Here I thought this guy was just a greasy, grifting, corrupt, money laundering commerce secretary. But now I know that he's a man of high moral fiber. Roy?
Here's CBS News with the answer.
Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick arranged a visit to Epstein's island with his wife and children in 2012, after which Epstein passed along this message to Lutnick. Nice seeing you.
Okay, but 2012 is before 2008, like we said, right?
Like, why would you, hey man, nice seeing you. Like, you would never email your drug dealer after buying the drug. Hey, thank you for the drugs again. We learned about this guy in the Epstein files.
Pitbull.
Senator, any guesses on who that is?
Did someone say Pitbull?
That is the new CBS medical correspondent, Peter Attila, hired by the terrific Barry Weiss.
Yes, that is celebrity doctor and part-time Vin Diesel impersonator, Peter Attia, and he recently got a new job, and he really want to keep that job.
The Epstein files also show hundreds of references to the name of author Peter Attia, who was recently hired as a CBS News contributor, including a crude sexual message by Attia. Attia posted a statement apologizing and saying he was not involved in any criminal activity. Paramount Skydance, owner of CBS News, did not immediately respond to my request for comment.
Isn't he at CBS? Ask yourself.
We've all been at work and you get the, can we chat?
Do you think maybe there's just so many people in the Epstein files that they're like, man, 90% of the people on this panel are in the Epstein. Do you think they're just like, it'll come for all of us eventually? The Epstein files are like death.
It turns out Attia's name is mentioned in the Epstein files more than 1,700 times, according to Attia's own book.
I haven't read Peter Attia's book, I'll be honest. Okay. I've got several copies of it, but I haven't read it yet.
Attia tried to make a date with Epstein while his baby was in the ICU. Oh, jeez. In his book, Outlive, Attia says his wife called him on Tuesday, July 11th. She was on her way to the hospital where their baby then stayed for 4 days. Instead of going to be with them, it appears that Attia got up the next morning and made a date with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, according to Attia, he did not come home to San Diego until 10 days later.
No!
Here's celebrity doctor and husband of the year himself.
Sitting here with my wife right now, and she put the question to me, do you think any other woman could be married to you? I responded, absolutely. I'm a catch. I think lots of women could be married to me.
10 days! 10 days. That means he has, like, no regard for children, of course. I got there myself.
How is Peter Attia being held accountable for his actions, Hasan?
I'm assuming none. There's no accountability. That's just my hot take.
Yeah, well, if we're talking about accountability for Peter Attia, the answer is that there will be no accountability. According to the LA Times, Peter Attia will be keeping his job at CBS.
Hear that? It's the ghosts of all the people in the Epstein file.
CBS has a new editorial policy, which is to say, no policy, anything goes, apparently. Anything that doesn't displease the president is their policy.
Let it roll. Let's talk about a guy who is experiencing some degree of consequences for his relationship with Epstein, and that's the former chairman of the Paul Weiss law firm, Brad Karp. Brad corresponded with Epstein in 2016, and he had a special request.
In one email exchange, Karp appears to ask Epstein for help getting his son a job on a Woody Allen movie.
Epstein-Woody Allen crossover. That's like Freddy versus Jason. Like, you remember that? Alien, Predator, like.
Except it's just Predator versus Predator.
Now, why might the Paul Weiss law firm sound familiar?
This is when Trump first came into office, right? There were a bunch of law offices that, rather than get sued by Trump, said, we'll just do pro bono work for you to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars, and they were the first one to do that?
Yes. Yes,
Oh, no.
Wait, so they were like the ACLU for corruption, is what you're saying?
That's exactly what it was. It was part of a legal deal to give tens of millions of dollars in free legal work to causes backed by Donald Trump. Now, for double points, who was the person who brokered that deal? Same dude, Brad, yes.
I was sure it was going to be Woody Allen.
Now, let's move on to our old pal Elon Musk.
Oh.
No, don't boo. Sometimes it's good to see a familiar, creepy-looking person. When the new trove of files came out, Musk tweeted, quote, Epstein hounded me relentlessly to go to his pedo island, and I always declined. Question. Is that what the emails really say?
Please no, and please show it now.
This appears to be an email from Elon Musk to Epstein in 2012 asking what day, night will be the wildest party on your island. Musk, who repeatedly has called for the release of an Epstein client list, denies any wrongdoing. Writing over the weekend, if I actually wanted to spend my time partying with young women, it would be trivial for me to do so without the help of a creepy loser like Epstein.
I could throw my own creepy party. That's what I heard. I feel like that's what I heard, right?
That is exactly what you heard.
Okay, all right. So we've heard from Elon, we've heard from Peter, we've heard from Brad, we've heard from everybody. Who's one person we have yet to hear from?
Is it the President of the United States?
Oh.
What? It is President Trump. We haven't talked about Donald Trump yet because Trump has been busy generating headlines like, no credible evidence president pooped himself during executive silence. For the record, if they have to release a story saying you for sure did not poop your pants.
You know, people
People
do ask me whether when I'm around him it seems like he's wearing diapers, and my answer is always the same, depends.
That's why you watch this show.
What was Trump's reaction earlier in the week to the document dump?
He shit his pants.
According to the president, yeah, the files are out there, but it's time to move on.
I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else, really. You know, now that nothing came out about me, other than there was a conspiracy against me, literally, by Epstein and other people.
But now let's get to why it took them so damn long to release the files. What is the reason the administration is giving?
It certainly seems like what happened, and this is just speculation, but the president or his advisors said, just push it all out at once. And he was probably told, and they were probably told, because how could they be so blind? Well, that will release hundreds of names of victims, thousands and thousands of times. Somebody must have said, we don't care.
And if you're wondering how all of that redacting went, here's a lawyer for one of the Epstein survivors.
What is very clear is that the DOJ has disregarded the well-being of the survivors. One of my clients was named 538 times in the latest release of Epstein files.
Now, when we talk about ineptitude within this administration, I respectfully want to push back a little bit on you there, Senator, because, you know, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche commented a little bit about all of this. And if you don't know who Todd Blanche is a man who appears to have been born literally yesterday.
Is the public going to learn the identities of the men who abused the girls with the information that you're releasing?
I mean, you just baked in an assumption into your question that I have never said and I don't know to be true. Is the public going to learn about men that abuse these girls? Like, what does that mean? I mean, I don't understand what that means.
He got confused about the word man.
What did you mean by that question that had all the information in it and then ends with the question mark? What's that about?
I met with him the day or the week before his confirmation hearing. And I said,
What a name drop this guy is. Can you believe it?
I just have one question, and that is, what are you going to do the first time you're asked to do something unlawful, immoral? What are you going to do? Because that decision is going to define the rest of your legacy. And he gave me an answer which I would subsequently hear from every other nominee, which was, I don't think I'll ever be put in that position. And then you get to this scene where he's decided, I'm all in. I've totally screwed my reputation. I might as well be all in for this guy, and he is. And it's such a human tragedy, and it's a national tragedy.
Oh my God, what a compassionate way to look at it. I'm looking at that guy being like, you raggedy bitch.
I have to admit, your interpretation is better.
Senator Schiff, what do you say to all the people out there who are furious about this and just want Congress to do something?
Yeah. It's obviously not going to happen under this administration. We're going to continue to fight to get these materials out, make sure there is accountability during this administration, at least in the form of exposure. And I understand the victims out there have every reason to be skeptical because they haven't seen it yet. But
And by the way, they didn't see it during the Biden administration either.
Yep, that's true. That's true. Their skepticism is well-deserved. But we're just going to have to keep fighting to make sure that it happens.
We'll be right back.
Are you a fan of Have I Got News For You? Then subscribe to our channel. Tap the subscribe button and be sure to click the bell to stay up to date on our latest videos. Even better, if you want exclusive content, early access to videos, members-only shoutouts, and more, HIGNFY is offering a YouTube membership. Click the Become a Member tab below or head to our channel to become an exclusive member of our community now.